All right. Good evening, everybody. We're at the end. Well, kind of at the end. So we did the case study one yesterday, which was the RPD. Today we're going to do the Fatal Frame 4 one. And I don't know if I'll end up getting towards the FNAF one. I might actually say that for tomorrow. Yeah, we'll do the FNAF one tomorrow, and we'll do the conclusion as well. And what else did I want to say? Oh, we began work on the next video. Well, at least we're brainstorming ideas, so we'll get to that stream shortly. But for now, we just know it's about isolation. I already got the games picked out. It's gonna be both Resident Evil 4's, Silent Hill F, and Security Breach Ruin. So that's gonna be a very long video. I might actually start that outline today, but we'll see. Let's just get started with this though. Okay, so we're talking about Fatal Frame 4, specifically Hybara Institute. Hmm. Well, hospital. You want to be cute about it. Pretty much, it's a mental asylum slash institute on Rogetsu Island. Whether or not you want to call it a hospital or an asylum, that's all on you. Okay. Hmm. This is going to be the first time we've talked about. Well, we'll just call it a hospital. This is going to be the first time we've talked about hospitals, as Resident Evil 3 music's playing in the background. Um, there is something. There's something deeply unsettling about hospitals. I play a lot of Resident Evil, and we go to a lot of hospitals, and I hate it every single time. There's something deeply unsettling about hospitals. They are meant to be sanctuaries. Okay, that's what I'll do. So I'll do this. I'll go have dinner, take a break, and I'll start the outline for the next video. Because again, this narrative is about to be done. We just have the FNAF. Well, this section, FNAF, and the conclusion. Then I can actually start dubbing this, so I can actually start the next outline. So that's what we'll do. They're meant to be sanctuaries. I cannot spell tonight. That's gonna be an ongoing gag. I can't spell when it actually matters. They're meant to be sanctuary. Places where pain is treated. Yeah, places where pain is treated. Where people go to heal. Whoa. That's a big goof on me. Where people go to heal. This is the ambience I love. There's something deeply unsettling about hospitals. They are meant to be sanctuaries, places where pain is treated, where people go to heal, not to disappear. Hmm. Girlfriend 4. Yet, it takes that comfort and turns it inside out. There's something deeply unsettling about hospitals. They are meant to be sanctuaries, places where pain is treated, where people go to heal, not to disappear. Yet in Fatal Frame 4, the high bar hospital takes that comfort and turns it inside out. Hmm. Give me a second. I'm just making noise right here. A hospital. I can definitely say Fatal Frame 4. Wait, it's Rouge. There we go. Wait, no. Is that? Yeah, Regetsu. And it's an isle, not an island. Gotta be specific here. I'll definitely say Fatal Frame 4, back when I initially played it, it was different. Obviously, it wasn't called Fatal Frame 4 at the time, but it was just playing it on that. It was the Wii U, I believe. Yeah, playing it on the Wii U was just weird. Because, yeah, we came from Fatal Frame 3, which was the classic style, fixed camera angles, tank controls, all that fun jazz. So playing it on that over the shoulder, it was weird. Again, I'm not knocking the game. The game is awesome. Like I mentioned before, those ghosts are actively trying to kill you, and just everything about that game is great. Besides playing it on that console, it was just like very weird. Thank God I got ported. Thank God. It took a long time, but it got ported. Okay. I can't wait to play this again. No. I think. Oh, well, shit. I can't really spoil it, but nah, it's been long. It's been out long enough. I think the biggest like what the fuck was damn, I can't remember his name. It's the male detective when you find out he's actually dead. I'm like, oh shit, that's was unexpected. But hey, Fatal Frame 4 definitely had its fair share of surprises. That's for sure. It has a very notorious jump scare in that game too. Gets me every time. When you step into the hospital, you feel the weight of abandonment. Yes. How long is this damn song? Okay. I would definitely say the best thing about Fatal Frame 4, like the setting, the map is massive, yet you feel claustrophobic. Yeah, the halls are extremely narrow, but the place is massive. Yeah, we just go with that. Yeah. Claustrophobic. I want to be descriptive here, but not too much. It's the kind of place. The kind of place. It's the kind of place. All right, we're gonna be a little bit cringe here. It's the kind of place. Okay, over the walls to listen. I think what got me when you're playing as Ruka and ooh, all right, hi. When you're playing as Ruka and I forgot which specific area it was at. As soon as you go through a door, the camera pans right behind you, and you see the ghost right behind, look right at that door you just went through, saying "Welcome back." I'm like, oh, okay, that's new. Hi. I hope I don't see you again. Then I proceed to see her again a lot. Fatal Frame 4 is a drip. It's the kind of place where the walls seem to listen. Every footstep feels loud, even though they're all in heels. And who says you need to go to a who says you need to go to urban exploring? We just say urban exploring. No, we won't say that. Who says you can go ghost hunting or trying to get over your trauma without being stylish? Every main character in Fatal Frame is like decked out in swag. Every footstep feels too loud. And you definitely hear it. Every footstep feels too loud. And this game does a good job of lighting, so every shadow feels like it lingers way too long. Yeah. Every shadow. It lingers. They come to find out that Shadow's actually a ghost. The deeper you go, the more it feels like the building itself doesn't want you there. I'm not gonna talk trash about RE remake, but man, I really miss Uptown and Downtown. They really showed you the scope of the T-virus outbreak. Shout out to Clock Tower. Not the game. The Clock Tower sequence. Man. Someday someone will mod the missing things in RE3. Alright, anyways. There's something deeply unsettling about hospitals. They're meant to be sanctuaries, places where pain is treated, where people go to heal. This is why we proofread. Where people go to heal, not to disappear. Yet in Fatal Frame 4, the Haibara Hospital takes that comfort and turns it inside out. The hospital sits isolated on Rogetsu Isle, an isle that is devoid of life and home to the supernatural. The moment you step into the hospital, you feel the weight of abandonment. The hospital is massive, yet feels claustrophobic. It's the kind of place where the walls seem to listen. Every footstep feels too loud. Every shadow feels like it lingers too long. The deeper you go, the more it feels like the building itself doesn't want you there. Yeah, that's pretty straightforward. Like, really straightforward, actually. Fuck. Again, I am kind of on. I'm not gonna be speedrunning this, but it is close to dinner time. This is a 4-day weekend though, so I'm gonna be working this entire weekend. So this will be done by tomorrow. I don't know if it's gonna be released on Monday. I was planning on it, but we'll see. Either way, it's gonna get released in the next few days. But just be patient. And again, I still don't know whether or not I'm getting deployed. There's 21 days left till the end of the month. And November 3rd is when we're supposed to be out of here. So who knows? Hopefully I'm not getting deployed, but we'll find out when we find out. Okay. Doesn't want you there. So, as I mentioned before, if you get the chance, look up how people were treated in mental asylums or institutes slash hospitals back in like the 60s through like 80s. Yeah, that's a rough. That's gonna be a rough like journey. Like people were. They weren't there. They weren't in the best conditions. They weren't even getting rehabilitated. Wow, tongue twister. Read up into it, and you'll see. It was pretty crazy. So the scariest thing about this is not what the ghosts are; it's what they represent. They were these people here that was sent to Hibara Hospital. They were there for treatment, but they definitely weren't getting treated. They were part of the Luna Mass experiment. That's for sure. Say Fatal Frame 4. You'll yearn for a wild ride. Do I want to write that? Yeah, I can write that. But yeah, just in your free time, look how people were treated, the mentally ill were treated back in like the 60s, 70s, and 80s. Like it's pretty bad. This is why you have a lot of games that are actually based in mental asylums. Like, and one of the scariest places is an abandoned mental asylum. Oh no. This is the truth. This is the true portrayal of space. When Nemesis is right outside your door, this is the song. Oh, you thought that shade room was keeping you safe? No, Nemesis is right outside. Okay, that's good. No. Okay. Oh my god, I totally whiffed that. That's such a funny misspelling. Weren't merely victims of the supernatural. Yeah. They were the victims of misguided trust. Because as mentioned, they were using experiments. Man, I remember back when I was still recovering from the chest injury. I still am recovering from that. I'm probably dealing with this my entire life, whatever I have left. But when I was using a bomb bot, yeah, like listening to the Fatal Frame lore files is crazy. Like specifically four, you see like the type of shenanigans that were just, man, these guys went through a lot of crap. least the main characters, but besides the main characters, like every patient, every hospital worker just went through so much stuff. Like Fatal Frame 4, I would definitely say is arguably one of the darkest ones. Besides, you can kind of argue about Fatal Frame 5. Fatal Frame 2 is they're all dark. It's just Fatal Frame 4 definitely ups the ante a lot. But Fatal Frame 5 deals with like real world shenanigans, like real world problems, like well, play Fatal Frame. Experience it. Damn, it's been so long. I remember I was when I first started doing this, I get so much shit because I was using the Obama AI voice that I made, but I was still recovering from my injury. So it's like I wasn't able to dub without like stuttering, slurring, and all that fun jazz. I'm better now, but that's why I haven't used that voice in like a year. But I was getting so much shit because of that. Because I know AI stuff sucks, but there's nothing I could have did. I couldn't really like talk. But better now, so that's all that matters. Because, all right, anyways, they entered Haibara Hospital. They entered Haibara Hospital expecting care, expecting care, treatment, and compassion. We'll say compassion. Instead, they were used in experiment. Instead, they were used in experiments. No, they were used as subjects. This song. Can't unhear Misty right now. There's something deeply unsettling about hospitals. They're meant to be sanctuaries, places where pain is treated, where people go to heal, not to disappear. Yet in Fatal Frame 4, the Haibara Hospital takes that comfort and turns it inside out. The hospital sits isolated on Rigetsu Isle, an isle that is devoid of life and home to the supernatural. The moment you step into the hospital, you feel the weight of abandonment. The hospital is massive, yet feels claustrophobic. It's the kind of place that, excuse me. It's the kind of place where the walls seem to listen. Whoops. Every footstep feels too loud. Every shadow feels like it lingers too long. The deeper you go, the more it feels like the building itself doesn't want you there. What makes this setting so unsettling isn't just the ghosts that haunt it, but what they represent. Patients here weren't merely victims of the supernatural, they were victims of misguided trust. They entered Haibara Hospital expecting care, treatment, and compassion. Instead, they were used as subjects in the lunar mass experiments. Yeah, it is getting close to dinner time. I thought I was gonna be able to do this, but there's a lot more we have to write here. But as mentioned, we'll do a little bit more. Then later on tonight, I'll start the outline for the next video. By tomorrow, this will be done. Then later, I'll do sprite animation. But yeah, we got like 2 more streams after this. Then tomorrow, I'll try to. Again, I'm off for like 4 days, so I'll try to stream as early as I can, and we'll go from there. So tomorrow's gonna be a gigantic streaming day. Hmm. I know you played Resident Evil 2 so much, you're expecting the groans in the background. but then it's not coming when I'm sad. I mean, you can hear it in the background in this one, but we need that like plus 11 Misty Grown. The very institution. The very institution designed to protect the vulnerable. It even goes further than that. There's betrayal. God, it's been so damn long, but every patient has a room, and each room reflects that patient's personality. You see some shit. I'm not gonna deny that. You definitely see some shit, and I can't remember your name. It's that stupid, that young lass who wears all black. I can't remember her name because it's been too damn long since I played Fatal Frame 4. Holy crap! Her room, and she has a very nasty jump scare, very silly jump scare. And her room is has the very nifty yellow party lights going on in it, but yeah, she's oh my god, that character is nuts. She killed Ruka's bird, but why? Also, she was very violent towards the nurses. Like, play Fatal Frame 4. Again, you'll be here for a wild, crazy ride. So, all right, let's do like another 5 minutes because I definitely gotta go get some dinner. Every room you explore tells a story. I think the jump scare that got me the most, and again, I'm not the biggest. I'm not the biggest fan of jump scares, just because I like old school type of like scares, not just like, oh, I'm getting like bukkake in the face by something. Oh, excuse my French. Oh my god, what an analogy! What an analogy. So I don't like when jump scares are interesting. I think one of the funniest ones that got me was when you're playing as God. I cannot not remember his name. The main male character. There's only one main character you play as, the detective. He gets jumped. Well, the player gets jump scared by one of the doctors, and his face just comes up right on the screen and says, "Did you see it?" I'm like, "Yo, holy crap! Why?" Because Fatal Frame 3 does that, but Fatal Frame 3 is worse because Fatal Frame 3, you're looking through a peek hole on one of the nights at the comb ghost who's combing her hair. But if you read the files in the game, you're not supposed to look at her when she's combing her hair. So you look through the peephole, then you just get bam right in the face. You just see her face just grilling you. I'm like, yo, holy crap! I hate cheap scares. That's what I'm getting at. But yeah, Fatal Frame can be really silly with some cheap ones. Even Hachisaku-sama, when she's grilling you at the camera, like, oh, okay, hey, what's up? Medical tools. Medical tools lay scattered around. Across rusted trays. Across rusted trays. Records. Records lay half written. Or left half written. You can tell the stark difference between RE2's OST and RE3's OST. Seems to distort. Okay. Fuck. Alright, yeah, like I'm definitely gotta go get dinner. Okay. You did a good amount. There's still a lot more I want to add to this, because I need to make it as long as the RPD over there. There's something deeply unsettling about hospitals. They're meant to be sanctuaries, places where pain is treated, where people go to heal, not to disappear. Yet in Fatal Frame 4, the Highbar Hospital takes that comfort and turns it upside down. The hospital sits on Forgetsu Isle, an isle that is devoid of life and home to the supernatural. The moment you step into the hospital, you feel the weight of abandonment. The hospital is massive, yet feels claustrophobic. It's the kind of place where walls seem to listen. Every footstep feels too loud. Every shadow feels like it lingers too long. The deeper you go, the more it feels like the building itself doesn't want you there. What makes this more unsettling, what makes this setting so unsettling isn't just the ghosts that haunt it, but what they represent. The patients here weren't merely victims of the supernatural. They were victims of misguided trust. They entered Haibara Hospital expecting care, treatment, and compassion. Instead, they were used as subjects in the lunar mass experiments. The betrayal is total. The very institution designed to protect the vulnerable becomes the thing that harms them. The betrayal is written into the environment. Every room you explore tells a story. Some of them are direct reflections of the people who lived in them. Medical tools lay scattered around across rusted trays. Medical tools lie scattered around across. We don't even need to do that. Lie scattered around. Records are left half written, and mirrors seem to distort more than just a reflection. Okay. All right, I think that's good. So tomorrow we're gonna do some more of this. We're at a little bit more, then we'll get down to the FNAF section. But again, we're almost done with this. Probably like another 2 streams, then we'll be done. Later on tonight, I'll start the next one, which is gonna be what's it called again? Give me a second. I wrote it down here. It's gonna be. Give me one sec. Let's see. Okay, it's gonna be. I'll show you. I'll show everybody the thumbnail real quick, if I can. It took me a while to do, but it's all good. Oh no, I'm not gonna be able. I'm not gonna be able to do it. That sucks. Yeah, I am. There we go. No one left to hear you. Horror and the fear of isolation. So, both Resident Evil 4, Silent Hill F, and Security Breach Ruin. All right. Anyways, good stuff. Tomorrow we'll be doing some more of this, and yeah, we're almost done. I'll see y'all in a little bit, or I'll see y'all tomorrow. Take care. Bye bye.